Warehouse Arts District Association. And on this Giving Tuesday, I've had the privilege of speaking with a number of people about what it is that we're trying to do as we build our new Arts Education Center. With me today is Veatrice Farrel, who
Hello,
is,
Tracy.
hi, Denise. And Veatrice is both a board member of the Warehouse Arts District, and she's also the executive director of Deuces Live here on 22nd Street South. So Veatrice, as you know, we're trying to raise money to furnish our new Arts Education Center, which we expect to have built by next year. So can you talk a little bit about what you see as the value of arts education, especially for children?
I think that oftentimes people forget the research around how arts education supplements the hard sciences, math, and science. And so when you expand your brain listening to music, drawing, singing, what it does is expand all the pathways in somewhere in your brain. I think it's your cortex. So as a young person, it's really important to get involved in activities that stimulate all parts of your brain, which arts education does. I think if we look at what has happened with education over the past 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, arts education have left the schools, and we as a society have suffered because there's no longer a creative outlet for young people during the day when they're at school. And so the reason arts education, especially in the community, is so important is because young people need to know that there are avenues for them to express themselves in ways that help them manage being a young person in the 21st century.
Which is a hard thing for kids to have to do. And when you were talking about the sciences, a lot of people have heard the word STEM.
Yes.
And I've also heard it when you plug arts in, it becomes STEAM.
Yes.
And so we're all about, as you said, helping children use all parts of their brain.
Yes. I think also when you have issues of how do you express yourself, sometimes if you're not good in language arts, you can express yourself musically. You can express yourself through digital arts. You can express yourself through music. You can express yourself through painting. So through dance. There's a lot of avenues that our children have to express themselves if they are unable to do it with the written word. And I'm excited to see that the Warehouse Arts District is making this investment in the community. We want citizens to be happy and well-rounded, and oftentimes that comes through the arts. I like to think that the one thing this pandemic has taught us, as everyone had nothing to do except read a book, watch TV, or listen to music, how impactful arts are in our community. What would people do if they did not have those outlets? So for everyone who thinks that arts are not important, we had a crash course reminder of how incredibly important they are, because that's what we did to make us sane. During this last 9 months, what did we turn to? The libraries were not open. The museums in New York opened their doors and did digital views of their artwork. So we were exposed to a lot of things, and all the scientists that talked about how important it was to have arts in your life. They got an unexpected boost, yes, because we had nine months of we had nothing else to do except look at TV, read, and listen to music. And I want to say hello and thank you to all the artists and also to all the burgeoning artists. No matter what your age, this is a time for you to express that part of yourself. And so the Arts Education Center, yes, it's primarily for children, but there'll be some offerings there for people in my generation, which I'm closer to 60 than I am to 50. So the 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, there's no time to, it's never too late to find that artist in you. And I'm just so excited that the Warehouse Arts District is building the center. I'm excited to have them on the Deuces corridor. I'm also on the board. I'm a shameless plug. And I'm excited to work with all the board members who have worked tirelessly for months and in some instances years to make this happen. So if you are in a mood to and you don't know where to spend your money, where to donate, the Warehouse Arts District Arts Education encompasses everything that you want to do, because you'll be donating to arts, you'll be donating to education, you'll be donating to socially relevant activities, because in addition to classes that are put on by the Warehouse Arts District, they are talking about making it available as a venue for people to host their classes. So not everything will be water driven. Some of it will be community based driven. And that's wonderful, because there's not a whole lot of places that are in the community and welcoming express themselves in the arts. So this is, again, you still have a couple of hours, but please consider a generous donation to the Warehouse Arts Education Center.
Thank you so much, Beatrice. I really appreciate it. And I think a lot of us are very excited about the Arts Education Center, because it is going to shift our emphasis from a building to learning.
Yes.
And the fact that we will have programming that benefit both children and adults
Yes.
Is, I think, a game changer for the Warehouse Arts District.
Oh, and it's exciting to see these plans come to fruition. And again, this is a way for, no matter where you are, to donate to young people, because the art is universal. So when you make that donation, you may be making sure that a young person has written a song that we'll hear forever and ever. There's a classic in the making. All we need is your support.
I love it. Thank you so much, Beatrice.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Oh, we can't hug because it's COVID.
That's right. But elbows.